Hey everyone, welcome back. We have a very special episode today. We have Emmanuel from Blocpay. And Emmanuel, how you doing?
Hey guys, everything great here. Nice
Oh
to meet
man,
you.
this is great to have you on the show, man. I really been trying to get you on for a little bit, man. It's great to finally have you here.
No, thanks for the invitation. I was very excited after all the comments from Gogo Pool. We were very excited to be here at the show.
Yeah,
Thanks for the
no
invitation, Jarek.
doubt. No doubt, Emmanuel. But before we get into Block and everything like that and all the great stuff y'all are doing, tell me a little bit more about you and like how did you get all the way here to Web3?
Yeah, sure. Well, I started a business since I was in college when I met one of my best friends and current partner from Blockpay. We were studying together. We were trying to do business and stuff. And studying, we finally got to know about Bitcoin, and we got really interested into the technology and how it would improve the financial system, which we already noticed had a lot of issues by that moment already. So so yeah, we started working together. We founded a company, and then we evolved and improved some stuff until we got to what we are today, that is Blockpay.
Yeah, no, and yeah, I've heard a lot of great things, about you guys from like Gogo Pool and Breevy and everything
Thanks.
like that, though. And can you kind of tell everybody like what exactly is BlockPay?
Well, we're trying to build the blockchain for payments, basically.
Hmm.
Thanks to Avalanche technology, we can leverage its infrastructure, and we can offer an space that is principally safe for to trade real world assets, for example, and transfer value and make payments with instant finality and very small fees.
Yeah, okay. And talking about like the whole kind of like setup and everything like that you guys have, with the card and all these things like is all that like like already out, or is that kind of coming soon, or what's some of the timeline on some of those things?
Yeah, well, actually, we already have some MVPs
Hmm.
delivered since already more than a year. Um, these products, for example, the prepaid card, the BlockPay card, are already being tested by the by users, right? Not just by the team, but different teams have already their cards. For example, the Avascan team, the Gogo Pool team, different teams, even Avalabs teams have been testing the product that is the prepaid cards. They work perfectly. And as we've been trying to improve some features of the application, the card, etc., we stopped to deliver or the applications for this first batch. But in approximately 1.5 months, we are going to reopen applications for another 5 to 10,000 users, which that wants to get their card. So we are very close to this new batch of cards.
Yeah, no, that's great. And also what kind of piqued my interest because real world assets, RWAs, that's going to be, I think it's going to be a big player in this kind of like next kind of wave. Whatever it is we're going to evolve into in like crypto, I think RWAs is going to be there. And I saw that you guys are going to be able to trade like like real estate, commodities, bonds, and everything like that. Can you kind of go a little bit more into that?
Yeah, sure. Well, the first deal, the first project that we have closed already is in collaboration with one big real estate development firm from Spain, specifically from Madrid. So this is a team who has been investigating and getting into real world assets, but they don't have the technology to do it. They
Hmm.
don't have the team to do it. And they got to us just to develop all the technological part of their developments, they already develop um, big big projects in Madrid and different parts of Spain and Europe. And we close this deal, we create this alliance with them, and this is going to be the first project talking about real world assets tokenization, and it's going to be focused principally in institutional investors.
Oh, no, that's great. And I know you guys are really, like pretty like, bullish on RWAs and everything like that though, but what's some of the potential you could actually see that kind of sector kind of grow? Like where do you see that sector being?
Well, for example, the main need that this development firm has
Mhm,
is the liquidity,
mhm.
because the real estate market is losing some liquidity since all of these changes in the global economy. So they are looking for let's say new ways to attract liquidity to the market, to the real estate market. And this is one that gives access to the whole world to invest into developments that maybe if you tried to invest, for example, into a mall or into a residential complex before, you couldn't do it because you need some big capital. But with this kind of digitalizations, um, anyone in the world can access to these kind of instruments with a lot less capital. And if you give access to this market, this retail market, you have a lot more of liquidity into it. And also if you focus to the big players out there that are the institutional ones, you open the doors for a lot more of possibilities.
Yeah, no, definitely. I honestly see so much potential, in that sector. But I also want to talk about too, you guys, building on Avalanche, right? You guys choosing Avalanche to kind of like be on, right? And what was the kind of thinking of kind of like, just building on Avalanche, and why do you guys like it here so much?
Well, that's an easy question. At the very beginning, we were looking for a platform which offer us the possibility to make a blockchain with customizable aspects of it. And the technology of Avalanche was the one who fitted the best into our vision, because we wanted to create a blockchain, but Avalanche gives you the facility that you don't need to create the whole structure to create a new blockchain. This technology is called subnets on
Mhm.
Avalanche. So what we do is that we leverage the infrastructure, we leverage the security protocol, the consensus, everything from Avalanche. We take it as a base, let's say it that way. And over this base, we can build different characteristics of our own blockchain. So based on the needs that our company have, for example, giving a compliant environment for real world assets tokenization, offering fast transactions to make payments, low fees. These are qualities that we could only get from Avalanche technology. So that's why we chose it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I love that aspect of it too. And then also, to anybody kind of here watching this, thinking about coming to Avalanche and build, like, has the foundation itself, Ava Labs, been real easy to work with and really accessible
Yeah,
to you guys?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, sure. I think that we've been uh, receiving a lot of support from the Avalanche community in general. We also had approach with a lot of the guys from the Avalabs teams, and they have been guiding us into different aspects and different features that comes out with time. For example, the launching of teleporter was a great news for us when we got to know it, because it offers us a lot more of possibilities and a lot more of solutions that we can leverage with this kind of technologies. For the ones who doesn't know already, teleporter is offering the possibility to interoperate with different chains without breaching assets. So you can, let's say, in our case, we can accept, for example, payments or top-ups to the BlockPay cards from different kind of chains without the complex process that we already know of breaching an asset, for example. So this is a big advantage that it's only offered by the red chain. So it speaks for itself, you know.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that definitely. And like another thing too is that I saw like the fact that you guys are mentioning subnets and everything like that, but you also have another thing too that I found very interesting. It was the actual like token itself, the BPay token. You can kind of
Yeah.
go a little bit more into that and what's that going to look like?
Yeah, sure. Well, the BPay token, it's basically the fuel of the BlockPay ecosystem. Why? Because it's needed for a lot of the different type of interactions that you can make with the BlockPay ecosystem. For example, you can stake the token to get lower fees on top-ups for the BlockPay card, on transaction fees for the point of sale terminals. You can also use the BlockPay network just to get 0% fees on the top-ups of your card, and this is a big advantage. And if you want to use the BlockPay network, you need to pay some gas fees, right? So these gas fees are payable in BPay token. So you would need to have at least some dust of BPay to make transactions on the BlockPay network. So again, if you want to get 0% fees on the top ups of your BlockPay card, you would need to make your top up using the BlockPay network. And if you want to use the BlockPay network, you would need to have at least a bit of BPay.
Yeah, no, I like that too, and especially like the staking and everything like that that you guys are going to be planning on doing. But also, as we kind of like get more into this kind of bull run, and we're getting more like newer people coming in, and going to try all these different things out. Like how easy have y'all made actual like block pay for somebody like new that's like brand new to crypto? Is there going to be any kind of videos, or if you could just walk us through some of that?
Yeah, we're going to make a different kind of tutorials so
Mhm.
that people can get more involved into the ecosystem. Right now, we are working mainly into delivering. So right now, you cannot interact too much with the token because the token generation event haven't been done yet. But as soon as we get listed into multiple exchanges, we are going to be uploading different tutorials so that people get more involved into the BlockPay ecosystem. That is very interesting. Another interesting feature of BPay that I would like to mention is that you can get a share of the fees that are generated into the point of sale terminals, into the BlockPay cards, just by providing liquidity to the BPay AVAX pool or to the BPay USDT pool. So this is an interesting feature because normally when a Web3 project is launched, they don't even have an MVP. So it's very common that the company is not profitable yet. But that's a big difference with BlockPay because we've been working into the payment solutions since already a couple of years, and the company is already profitable. So what we are trying to do is to share this ecosystem that we got we are trying to open it to the people, and we are trying to share some of the revenue that we generate from all the fees that are charged.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like, man, this is all, that's the one thing I really like about Avalanche. There's so many, like, different things kind of working together on these subnets. And then you guys working with like Gogo Pool and, and a lot of other people too as
Yeah.
well. What are some of the other partnerships that you have going right now?
Well, we are working with Avalanche, for example. We've
Mhm.
been working for a long time already. It's been very interesting, the path with them. They are um, very wise guys, and they know how to do things, and they understand very well the whole ecosystem and how the liquidity flows from a side to another. So that's been of a lot of help for us. And we are working, for example, with Black Tokenomics. They are tokenomics experts in the ecosystem. They've been giving advisory to a lot of different big teams out there and big developments. So we are working together with them. And another interesting partnership that we are working on right now is a partnership with Matrix Sport. They are the creators of USDB.
Mhm.
That's a real use case example, or a real use case, sorry, of a real world asset tokenized. Because what they do is that they tokenize short-term treasury bonds, and based on their treasury, they print USDB, that is called verified dollar. That's why it's USDB.
Mm.
So we are trying to implement their real world assets ecosystem into the BlockPay ecosystem.
No,
And
I like that, man. I really like that a lot. That's man, no, it's very, it's very different to it as well. And you're talking about the, all these things that, the RWAs and everything like that, but the security, and I'm guessing that would have to be a lot of compliance too as well. Like, how are you guys handling all that?
yeah, exactly. Well, that's one of the main, let's say, the main qualities of the BlockPay network.
Mhm.
That as we are offering these kind of tools and financial instruments, the compliant part is very, it needs to be very meticulous.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm saying it good, but like very detailed. So one of the main objectives of the BlockPay network is to offer a safe and compliant environment for real world assets tokenization, as the BlockPay network is semi-permission. What does this mean? That anybody can interact with the BlockPay network, but not anybody can build on the BlockPay network. So this is a feature that is different from other projects that are out there that normally are permissionless and you can build whatever you want. But we need to get into this line, as we want to offer this kind of financial instruments, and we want to be compliant with the authorities.
Oh, no, that's definitely great to hear. And also, I definitely do want to talk about, you had the card, the RWA tokenization, of course, the payments too, as well. And then, of course, everything you guys are doing in that kind of Avalanche ecosystem. But I also want to talk to you about Avalanche itself, right? A lot of people right now, currently at the time of this recording, are kind of, kind of down, kind of like on Avalanche. The price is not where everybody wants it to be and everything like that. And we're
Yeah.
still very early in this bull run. Like, not so much price wise though, but do you feel that Avalanche itself is going to be like, one of the top cryptos, within this next year or the following?
Yeah, what I always say to people, and I always mention into spaces, is that maybe at this point of the bull run, or the trend, or however you want to call it, you see a lot of noise and you see a lot of volume into things, for example, meme coins and uh,
Yeah.
NFTs, etc. But the truth is, and for my experience, from I'm talking from my own experience, at the end, the technology and real uses, real utilities into the real world are the ones that are going to stay in the long term. You know, I've seen it different times. I've been into crypto since 2015, so this is going to be my third cycle. I've seen how everything is developed into the cycles, and what I see is that the technology and things that really satisfies needs of the ecosystem are the ones who are going to remain in the long term. And for what I see, and from my own experience as a founder, Avalanche has been very useful for us.
Hmm.
You know, um, it has helped us to build something that is taking our company to another level in terms of scalability, principally in terms of scalability and in terms of security. So these are aspects that, as a founder, I see fundamental, fundamental to start using this kind of technology. And in the end, I think that this is going to be reflected into the price action too. So just for the ones who are just speculating or watching it as an investment only, well, just be patient, because there are a lot of founders like me, I can promise, all around the world, who are leveraging this technology to scale their products, scale their companies, etc.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I like asking people that have been in crypto for a while, right? You said 2015.
Yeah.
With this news cycle that popped up, right? Because like meme coins were kind of like leading the cycle. I mean, they ran early. They're still kind of running. Like everybody's attention seems to shift. Right now is on meme coins. To be honest with you, that's really nothing else. Because like I feel like some of the other chains and whatever, the ones that are actually like doing some real world stuff are not really being paid attention to. Has this kind of like this meme coin rush kind of shocked you?
Kind of what? Sorry,
Did it
shocker.
has it surprised you? This meme coin, like all these meme coins popping up and everybody paying all this attention to them?
No, I've seen it before. I think it's always the same. In this case, the NFTs are something that just came out from the last cycle, you
Mhm.
know. But I've seen it before. Maybe not with meme coins as it is,
Mhm.
but with another kind of projects that have no real utilities into the world,
Yeah.
that they are only hype and they are only community based tokens. Let's say it this way: community based tokens that are only based on what people are talking about, and what people finds funny, for example, or which got a meaning or a funny meaning, whatever. I'm not saying that it's not that there's not real value into the community, but because for sure it is. But I think that it's very common to see this kind of rush, because in this kind of projects there are only a speculation. In
Mhm.
most of the times there is only a speculation, but there is no usability in the back, you know. So that's the thing. The answer basically is no. I've seen it before. uh, I've seen it before, and I think that it's going to be the same this time. Always in every cycle, there is something that people say, no, this time is different.
Yeah.
The ETFs, when Bitcoin was legalized in El Salvador, for example,
Mhm.
whatever. With every cycle, there is something that is different, but the the cycle is always the same. So that part is very funny.
Yeah, no, definitely. It has been kind of a little weird though, but one of the things though I do want to ask you, I know you very much into like RWAs and everything like that, but is there a different sector of crypto that maybe that you're really bullish on that no one's really talking about?
Well, actually, the payments sector.
Yeah.
I think that nobody is paying enough attention to this sector.
Mhm.
That's actually one of the advantages of Blockpay, that we are very early into this. But in the end, you can be here in the clouds, as I say it all the time, with all the crypto thing. Let's say
Mhm.
that way. We can speculate. We can buy. GPGs or whatever, we can generate a lot of profit. But in the end, where does that money goes?
Yeah.
That money goes to another person that you want to buy something from. You know,
Mhm.
you want to acquire a service, you want to acquire a product, you want to get into something. So the payment bridge is always going to be there, always. No matter what happens with the cycle and stuff, you always going to end up spending into something. You need to eat, you need to pay your bills, you need to get transport. So in the end, you are going to spend that money. And the payment sector is something that has to change already. As all the industry is changing right now, the payments industry is going to change and needs to change, and that's what Blockpay is trying to do. It's trying to lead this change, and we see different kind of projects that are sharing this thought with us. Every project has their own solution, just as it is the case with Avalanche, Solana, Ethereum, etc. Everyone has their own solution and their own perspective of the ecosystem. But I think the payments sector is something to pay attention to, definitely.
Oh man, I love that answer, and that's something. Yeah, you're right. That it's something that's very needed and everybody uses. And no, 100% agree on that. And Emmanuel, also want to ask you too, though. Like it's been great having you on the show, though. But BlockPay itself, right? Like, where would you guys like to be? Kind of like perfect world. Like, where would you guys like to be a year from now?
Okay, a year from now, we would like to have all of our services integrated into one platform. That's the main objective of BlockPay. Because right now we have, for example, the point of sale terminals, we have prepaid cards, we have payments gateway, we have real world assets tokenization, and these are all working in separate lines, let's say it this
Mhm.
way. They are all working separately. But what we are trying to do here, and what we are building actually, is to integrate all of them into one, so that you can receive payments, you can make payments, you can trade real world assets, you can receive digital payments, for example, in your e-commerce, whatever, everything into one. And that's why we created the Blockpay network, because the only way to integrate all of these services is to have one support, one chain where you can let's say where you can integrate all of these different systems into one. And that's the functionality, the real functionality of the Blockpay network.
No, I love that fast, right? Everything all together, all in one, right? RWAs, payments, sending stuff to each other. I love the fact, and especially doing the reading on you guys for the past couple of weeks. I love all that what you guys are trying to do, and everything. But Emmanuel, it's been great having you on the show. But before you go,
Mhm.
is there anything
Yeah.
else you want to say, or anybody you want to shout out, or anybody on the team you want to shout out before you go?
Well, for sure, I want to shout out the Gogo Pool team, our partners
Mhm.
and friends. They are very nice and working people. They are always improving, and they are always showing what they are made of. And that's something that we really like into the team, as we've been working already for a lot of years. We are all young people into the team, and we know what sacrifice means, and we know what hard work means too. So we see qualities into the Gogo Pool team that we share very close with them, and that was in first instance what attracted us together. I think so. So a big shout out to our partners. They are very special for us. And something that I want to mention to the community is to pay attention to the next launches that we are going to be making. It's going to get really, really interesting. We are the style of building a lot and then announce it. So probably for sometimes we are a little bit quiet into social media, but in the end, the services are going to speak by themselves. So just give them a chance and try to interact a little bit with the Blockpay ecosystem. We can guarantee you that you're not going to regret.
No, that's great, and Emmanuel, thank you so much for coming on the show. And guys, this is going to wrap up our
Thanks
show.
for you.
Check out Blockpay. Go ahead and follow them on X. Get into their Discord. Follow me on X too as well. If you like content like this, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys around on the next one. Take care.